So, I ordered this to see if it'll heat my garage. It's a NordKapp air heater. Now, it's not a Chinese one, it's made in Finland. Now, what I ordered was the cube, this one here, which is an 8 kilowatt one, which was $329.95. A remote control, which was $19.95. The adapter from 12 volt to 220 volt, that was $39.95. And the shipping was $9.95. So the total cost was $399.80. Now it's a bit worrying because only one box arrived. It says no power seat in it, so maybe it's inside. So let's see if I open up what we've got in the box. So as you can see, this is the way it was delivered, completely unopened. It didn't arrive in an outer box, it just arrived like this. So we have the order, which actually states all the things. We have the manual. So there's the unit. So we have the unit. It has everything. The power supply. Good, I was a bit worried from the box that it's not included. We have some piping. Not a lot. It is expandable. So, I don't know why it's up. So that's the, I'll take it out, that's the 220 power unit. Its exhaust, a little box which we don't know what it's for yet. You can look at the instructions. Got some Jubilee clips, another attachment, seems to have some kind of filter gauze in it, probably been put in the end of the exhaust. Some wall brackets, I presume, 2 of those. We have more flexible tubing, cable, pipe obviously outside for exhaust, and a little piece that I'm not sure what it is. Well, I'm bad because this is the remote control. I don't know what it was. It's so small, but it's actually just the remote control. I was expecting something a bit bigger. It's obviously can fit in your key ring. Handy enough. Oh, problem solved. Okay, this is the unit upside down. You get these plates, but there's no instructions what to do. You remove the 2 legs. This is if you're clamping it down. What's not supplied is washers. So there's that one. And then take the other bolt in this one. And then, because I'm going to have it inside, you have this, which is a filter. You can either have it on the pipe coming off here and going external, but because I'm going to use it inside, you can fit it directly on like that. And you can clamp it on there, or I could dangle it down and clamp this on here, but I'm going to clamp it directly onto the unit. This is more used if you're using this other external filter. It would fit on there like that. So I could either use either, but because I'm using it indoors, I'm going to use this one with a clamp in it. in here we've two. This is the one here nearest the fuel supply is the air intake, and this one here is the exhaust one. This on, and of course you've no access nuts, so I'm going to put that down there and use a socket wrench to tighten that on. So we can access through here when we're doing it, but I might as well put this on now while we have the chance. So I've made a little shelf here that I'm going to use to hold it, and I've cut out for the pipes, so I will screw that onto that. Some brackets I had, and luckily enough just above it there's a power supply, because I'll be using a 12 volt, the 22 to 12 volt to go on top there. They call a 1 inch or 25 mil copper pipe, which I drilled the hole through. I drilled first with an 8mm bit, then nearly got through, and I hadn't got one long enough, so I just used at the very end a threaded tube that I had. Then I drilled with a 16 both directions, not going all the way through so it wouldn't shatter on the other side, and then with a 24mm bit that I had, I again drilled both sides. This is the pipe. It wasn't quite long enough, but that will fit in. I'm going to use some cement. I'm going to push that through, and I can seal that in there, up onto the thing, and seal it in. And I'm going to cut the pipe on the other side and then hang the exhaust on the other side. The unit is now installed. I'm just going to clean up. You can see I put some high temperature silicone. I could only get black, so that's what's on there. The unit is screwed down, the shelf is there. The connections, the positive and negative from the transformer are there. So I'm just going to let that, going to clean up and let that cure, and then I'll put some diesel in. On. Okay. So it's heating up. It's cold air coming out. Not that noisy. You'll have to suck the diesel through. So it might take a few goes. Still cold air. I think it hasn't. It's like still cold air. I think the issue is the fact that it's the first time, so we'll have to get the diesel around. Still hasn't started.
And this sequence continued for the next 2 days. So I contacted NordKapp. Dear customer support team, NordKapp support. I'm reaching out to request urgent assistance with my NordKapp cube. I initially contacted you through your website contact page but have not yet received a response. Issue summary. The unit will not start and leaks diesel out of the air intake. The provided instructions are unclear and not helpful. The app is not available on Google Play, makes it impossible to locate or use. The remote control will not connect to the device. I am extremely disappointed with the product so far and I need immediate support to resolve these issues. And after complaining, I eventually got a reply from NordKapp. Sorry to hear you're having problems with the heater. Can you tell me in more detail what is wrong with the heater and does it show any error codes? An unused product has the right to return, but when the heater has been used, we first try to find out what the problem could be. Kind regards, NordKapp. Now, I had mentioned the error codes in my first email, but anyway, hello. The heater fails to operate and consistently displays the error code E09. After numerous attempts, it briefly started once, but shut down after approximately 2 minutes, showing error code E08. Now, despite repeated attempts, it only displays E09. Additionally, diesel is leaking from the bottom of the unit. The next response I was quietly surprised by. It says, hello, can you open the cube's case and check if the fuel line is possibly bent or attached properly? As you can imagine, I was getting a bit fed up at this time anyway. I wrote back saying, I followed your instructions and inspected the cube and any fuel line issues, but none were found. After cleaning up the diesel and starting the unit, it did run briefly. However, as shown in the attached photos, diesel is still leaking. This makes the unit both faulty and hazardous. Under distance selling regulations, I am entitled to a full refund, including the cost of return shipping. Please provide a return label without delay. I look forward to your prompt response. Well, that's my sad review of the NordKapp 8 kilowatt diesel air heater cube. It could be a one-off, but it's a sad tale. Thank you for watching. See you again, and there's part 2, which I review the heater I bought off Amazon. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you.